Hey guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash Style, and today I just wanted to make a bit of a different video. I wanted to talk a little bit about running a league, and just kind of the work that goes on behind the scenes, and how you guys can get involved in some leagues and potentially maybe start up one yourself. I just want to talk a little bit about my experiences, stuff that I thought worked well, stuff that I thought I needed to work on, and yeah. So if you guys don't know, I am the owner and founder in Alpha League. I started that back in March of 2020. I started with Clashing with the Devil, who I'm sure if you guys have been around the streaming scene for a little bit, you guys will know him. He streamed for a good couple of months before unfortunately had quite a bad health scare and he had to take a break. But yeah, we started it back in March 2020, and the idea of a 1v1 league in Clash of Clans hadn't really been done before. It was something that people had spoken about. People were doing 1v1 tournaments where they just did friendly challenges, but me and Devil, we got together, we put our heads together and we said, hey look, there's definitely an open space for 1v1s in the Clash of Clans scene right now, and yeah, that's kind of how the idea came about. He said 1v1s are awesome, and I said, yeah, let's do it. So I jumped on straight away, started making the server. If you guys don't know, I'm a part-time graphic designer as well. I do some design work. I also do some animation work. And I got to work making the logo, all the graphics for Alpha League. So basically, what I want to talk about in this is kind of some of the trials, the stuff we did, how we built up the league from scratch, and how you guys maybe just if you're watching want to learn a little bit more about what we did, so you could do it yourself, or just so you have a better understanding of what goes on behind the scenes at Alpha League. But yeah, so we started back in 2020. March 2020, I got to work on the graphics pretty quickly. So we had the logo design set, we had the kind of the theme, the glowy theme that I tend to do in a lot of my design work. I had that all set up, and we had the Discord server. So the Discord server was definitely one of the hardest parts for me to work on. It was I'd built my own Discord server before. It wasn't anything particularly fantastic, and we knew that this had the potential to really blow up. So the Discord server had to be, top level. It really had to be, if people were coming in, they knew what they were coming into. And even now, there's still stuff in that Discord server I reckon I could work on. I could make it just look a bit prettier. But we got the foundations done really quickly. And we realized pretty quickly that friendly challenges, for all they are quick and pretty effortless, there's a lot of wriggle room, and a lot of stuff could go wrong. We kind of had a chart where it was like the pros and cons of friendly wars compared to friendly challenges for 1v1s, and the friendly wars greatly outweighed the friendly challenges. So that's the route we decided to go down, which was a route that no one in the Clash of Clans scene had ever done before for 1v1s. No one had ever, or certainly that I know of, that anyone I've spoken to knows of, had done the friendly wars for 1v1s. And Season 1, we knew we were just going to have to basically invite friends, people we knew from the game, our clanmates, in, and just hopefully bring in maybe even one or two of these larger players who have got a little bit of a following on Twitter, because that's really... Twitter and Discord are two of the best ways to grow, in my opinion. If you get a couple of retweets from big creators or big names in the Clash of Clans scene with a lot of followers, suddenly something that was very, very small can blow up very, very quickly. And it didn't happen as quickly as I was hoping it did. I'd say probably the best player we got in, not to discredit anyone, but the player that we thought was, wow, we've managed to get this player, it's incredible, was Fence Post from Space Station Gaming, who has since competed in Season 2 and Season 3. Getting him involved, it was suddenly like we actually have a player who competes for a professional team, who has been and, done all these events before, and it was someone that everyone was like, wow, he's actually playing, and it was cool for us to see that players we'd never spoken to before just found out about the league and they thought it was a cool concept, so they came in and they gave it a shot. And it was I think we had something like 60 to 70 people signed up and competing for season 1. It was relatively small. Me and Devil did stream the majority of the matches, and it was a relatively good success. But the thing we realised very, very quickly was the workload that would have to go in behind the scenes. So for those of you who don't know, we've got a pretty big team over at Alpha League. We've got people who... So if you guys don't know, every time we have a 1v1 match, these players, what we have to do is we have to create the channel so the players can talk in. They have to decide on the date and time of their match. Once they've done that, we then go in and schedule it. We give them the clans to go to. We've got Alpha League or Alpha Arena, I think it is, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And we'll say, all right, this player and your donators, you go to Alpha Arena 1, say, and this player and your donators go to Alpha Arena 2. We will let you into the clan and promote you. Now, we will let you into the clan and promote you seems like a relatively easy thing. And in Season 1, it wasn't too hard because we only had about 60 players. Season 2, we realised pretty quickly, when we were boosted up to nearly 300 players that, okay, nearly 200 players, we realised pretty quickly that it was pretty time demanding and we probably didn't have as big a staffing team as we needed. So pretty quickly I knew I had to bring on more people, and I'm luckily enough that I joined the EYG community, and they took me on, and I'm a big part of the family over there. And the people, they're absolutely fantastic. And I reached out to them and I said, hey, look, I desperately need people to help me out with this league, and everyone was more than happy to jump on. Pretty much all the staffing team we have now are from the EYG community, and they're absolutely fantastic. So if you are ever thinking about starting your own league, running something similar to this, you have to have a staffing team not only that's going to be committed, but they have to be trustworthy, they have to be loyal. It's one of those things that you have to be able to rely on them, because if we'd said to these players, okay, here's your date and time, this staff member is going to let you into the clan, and they don't turn up, suddenly it's got an incredibly bad impact not only on the league but on me as an individual, because I'm the owner and founder. So it's people that I know I can trust on, very reliable. And in Season 1, 2 and 3 we really had very minimal issues. My staffing team was just absolutely phenomenal. They did exactly what I needed them to, and they made the leagues the success that they really are. And the feedback we've had, which I can't say, I mean, not to slate any other leagues, but the commitment from my staffing team, I don't think you'll see that in any other league. It was day in, day out. They were having to be active. They were having to schedule and do all this. And yes, you could say, why not just let the players schedule? But then we won't know when they want into the clan. So it's one of these systems we had to do a lot of work in the back for. And when it came down to it, it's a lot of work for the staffing team, but the players really enjoyed it. And we had so much positive feedback for the staffing team and the event itself. And once we had the basic foundations, it was just trying to bring on enough staff members. So we were running it without, if it was just, say, myself running it, it would have been too much. I couldn't have done it. I would have been had to been on the game 24 hours a day, constantly just doing this, that and the other. So bringing on that staffing team was just absolutely phenomenal. And I mean, it wasn't long before the concept that we came up with of doing these friendly wars and players bringing in their donators and keeping the friendly wars as a 1v1 concept, because then you can see what the outcome was, and it also gives you the average time, which we use as a tiebreaker here and there. That concept caught on really, really quickly. Some other creators realized that, at the start, bigger creators said, nah, they laughed at the idea and they said it won't work. I mean, with nearly 500 signups for Season 3, it's fair to say I think it did work. Through determination from me and my staffing team, we said we will make this work. It's definitely something that the community wants. And other creators took this concept and they built on it, and they had one successful season, and they then the rest of the community realized pretty quickly just the power of a good staffing team. And that's what Alpha League has, and that's what I'm really proud of. That's one definitely the proudest things I've done, is building up this staffing team to, go into season 4, which we're hoping to do relatively soon. I know I've got that staffing team behind me, so no matter what kind of comes at us, how many signups we get, we'll be able to handle it. One of the other things that I wanted to speak about was how difficult it is to find sponsors, find people to promote, find, all this sort of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that people probably don't even realize. People, they see a league, they say, how much money is there? Can I easily win that money? And that's sort of all that goes through people's heads. But it's all this work behind the scenes of going out there, first of all, trying to find the sponsors, which is difficult. You don't want to constantly keep asking the same people, can I have money? Can I have money? So one of the things I learned pretty quickly in Alpha League was, if someone's going to sponsor, they have to get something out of it. If I was going to sponsor an event, I wouldn't want to just give money and not get anything back. I would want promotion in the Discord server, everyone tags. I would want promotion on Twitter. I would want shoutouts in the streams. And pretty quickly I realised that's what I have to promise these people. So when I went out, I asked these sponsors, I said, hey, what do you expect from us for this money? And people would sort of tell me their expectations. And after I had spoken to a few different people, I saw a pattern of, we want at least one everyone tag a week. We want promotion on Twitter. We want your graphic designer, which is myself, pretty convenient, to create posters with us on it. We want to be featured on the streams. We want links here, there, and everywhere. And it's easy. Once you know what people want, you say, well, this is how much we would like for sponsorship. This is what we're going to give you. And you can go from there. But the hardest part is finding the sponsors. And I have to give a massive shout out to Clash Champs, Burnt Base, and of course Crunk from EYG. Those guys have been absolutely phenomenal. They were massive sponsors in season 3, and I definitely could not have done it without them. The support, not only the financial support for the prize pool, but the support they gave to the players. Burnt Base, of course, is an absolutely fantastic concept and feature, and I was glad to have them involved in Alpha League because it's a really fantastic tool that people should be using. But yeah, it's weird talking about all this. I was debating on making this video or not, but I don't have a script or anything. I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about it, just waffle on, and if people want to listen, they can listen. So looking forward to Season 4, it's definitely going to be the same sort of concept that we have built up from the ground, which is doing these qualifiers where we get, I think we ran 5 qualifiers in Season 3 where we would get the people into different clans, we would spin, and then they just hit their opposite number, whatever their stars, percent, and whatever, that's their score. They get 1 attack each, and then they get put into the leaderboard. The top 128 will qualify into the groups, and then they'll do 3 weeks of groups and push forward into the knockout rounds. And we definitely felt that this worked absolutely fantastically. It was one of the best decisions to do with qualifiers that way. The group stage is much shorter. In Season 2 they were very, very long, so we cut them right back. In Season 3 we listened to the feedback of the people that are competing in our leagues, and it's vital to me to maintain that aspect of trust and constant evolution as such in this league. We don't want it to become stale. We want to constantly be trying to innovate, bring something different, which, we have innovated. No one's done a 1v1 league like we have done. People have tried to, do it, and they don't have, the commitment or the willpower to continue pushing on through, but we have in Alpha League. And I think that's one of the things that other people that run leagues, I'm sure they know that themselves. It's not as simple as just bringing on a staffing team and you can sit back. And I'm sure my staffing team know, when the Alpha League season is in full flow, I'm sleepless nights. The graphics is just an absolute grind, getting that behind the scenes, keeping the scores updated, and there's just always so much to do, so much to work on. But I do it because Clash of Clans is my favourite game. I love the game. I've been playing it since it was released. I've been making YouTube videos and content since 2013. I've been streaming the past year, twitch.tv/ClashWithStyle if you want to check me out. it's a great game. But for me, it was like trying to innovate, trying to come up with something new, which is exactly what we've done. And I cannot be any more proud of what I've achieved, what my staffing team has achieved, and the fact that we brought something so new to the game and people really seem to be enjoying it. The fact we had nearly 500 people signed up, including people from all these huge teams: Tribe Gaming, Space Station Gaming, Hammer. We had Affiliate Esports. We had 11 Original. You know, all these teams, Silent Snipers as well. Teams that have competed in the world qualifiers. Their individual players coming and competing in the league that I started. It's mad. It's absolutely mad. But yeah, I think that's kind of all I wanted to talk about. Like I said, I didn't have any notes, I didn't have any script. I just wanted to kind of have a bit of a chat, a bit of a waffle on about Alpha League and how I started it, kind of how it works, my feelings on it, and looking towards Season 4. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I've not really done anything like this before, these sort of videos where I just go off script, talk how I'm feeling. But yeah, I'm really proud of what I've created, and hopefully you guys, if you have competed in Alpha League, you enjoyed it. If you haven't, there'll be a link down in the description if you want to jump in that Discord server. Season 4 will be coming relatively soon, so keep an eye out for that. Also, feel free to go and follow Alpha League on Twitter. I try to keep that relatively active. Alpha League is at Alpha League COC, I believe. On Twitter, feel free to follow me as well over there. I'm Clash W Style, and yeah, really appreciate you guys just listening to me waffling on about the league I created, and hopefully I'll see you guys competing in Season 4. Until then, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.